Welcome back to the Fanatic and your home for sports and sports entertainment. Another day, another good day to talk about sports. We're back here in the stew. The three of us.
With the illustrious.
1, 2, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm the controller as usual.
This boy have a mic set up now? You on channel 3. What type of thing is it? I mean, it makes sense.
No,
though.
we on channel 2 because you never hear.
So hold on, we can start giving the person in the back there channel all the time.
Actually, I've been having a mic periodically.
I slightly like that.
So,
No,
yeah.
but you gotta. We want to give the people sports, our insight on sports, and we trying to entertain them. So, we're better to entertain them than 3 people, right? But how y'all been, etc., etc. I ain't into the slapping up and the small talk before, but
No.
like I said, I was trying to feel it out, trying to try new things. So what's going on in the world of ice man?
Man, right down, man. Just trying to, grow the business as best as I could. Go around his ice, all out of us. Editor for the contact details at the bottom.
I can do it.
Yeah, but just trying to stay active. You know what I mean? I tired now, but you gotta make sacrifices in this life.
Yeah, hard day of work, and you come here to give your insight on sports. Trust me, if I don't say I appreciate you for doing that, the viewers will. So if you appreciate Kadeem for doing that, just in YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, just say I appreciate you. If you're watching on SoundCloud, like it, say I appreciate you. We want to keep him on the show. I know a few episodes back, you heard the rumors that he's trying to branch off and start his own podcast. We want to keep him on the Fanatic Islanders, so all the love and support that you guys can show to him, it'll be greatly appreciated. We're trying to keep him. He's a hard man to lock down.
Yeah, man. I had to stay, man. I had to stay. Stop that.
We'll see. Will
Yeah,
Kadeem,
what we talking about? Oh, no, sorry. Go. No, what you was going to say?
Will Kadeem stay in the Fanatic Islanders? Call 1 for yes. Call 2 for no. Call 3 for, it's a 50-50 chance. I don't know if he can manage 2 podcasts. But let's get right into the cool sport you might not have heard of. And the sport is called extreme ironing.
What? Extreme ironing.
Extreme ironing.
Wow.
So I got the block of text. I'm gonna read that real quick for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme ironing is an extreme but dangerous sport and also a performance art. People who play this unusual sport go to a remote location and iron clothes. They call themselves ironists and get a thrill from taking their ironing board, unplugged iron, and some of their wrinkly clothes to some extreme places and photograph themselves doing it. Such places that they have reached include extreme altitude, underwater,
They alpining.
hanging from cliffs,
That's what they saying.
and on top of vehicles. According to the official website, extreme ironing is the latest danger sport that combines the thrills of an extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed shirt.
Bro, I hate ironing as it is. So F extreme ironing. F all of that. But I guess, bro.
And I got a little bit more. I had to switch over to Wikipedia, so I got a little bit of the tablet from Wikipedia. So part of the attraction and interest the media has shown towards extreme ironing seems to center on the issue of whether it really is a sport or not. And you guys can decide if it's a sport or not. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, like I said, if you're on YouTube, if you're on SoundCloud. Do you think extreme ironing is a sport? Type yes in the comment section. Type no if you think it isn't. Some locations where such performances have taken place include, like I said, the mountainside of a difficult cliff, a forest, in a canoe, while skiing. You can imagine skiing while ironing,
But
or snowboarding.
that's ridiculous.
Some people have ironed on top of large bronze statues in the middle of a street,
It's a big thingy.
in the middle of the M1 motorway, in a cycling race, and while parachuting, and under the ice sheet of a frozen lake. and you could do it. This a solo sport or this a group sport. So that there you have it, folks. That's that's extreme ironing.
I don't know, babe. That sounds stupider than toe wrestling, bro.
No, but like, come on, like it's extreme ironing. Like people can iron. People can iron.
Bro, how you iron something out in the water and get the wrinkles out underwater, bro?
It's
that doesn't make
it's
sense.
the satisfaction of it. The iron is unplugged, so you're not gonna get electrocuted. One, and as a performance art, you could imagine how fire that picture is gonna be. When you're
I guess
underwater.
if you see his performance art, then that's different.
You underwater, you see the bubbles coming up. You have your ironing board underwater. You press in the shirt, and you just,
Yeah, I mean, I get that perspective, but
you do it in the back of we in the Bahamas. You could do it while a dolphin's in the background. You could do it while you a junk canoe. You could be beating drum in one hand. You could be ironing in the next hand. Like the possibilities are endless.
yeah,
Bahamas government, stop slapping up.
it's
We
not
need
a lot.
extreme ironing. We need it. We don't have to send people abroad for extreme ironing. We'll be the best at it.
Well, see, they add Shawnee Miller them to the Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
I think that was this week.
you can add one of us to the Walk of Fame for extreme ironing. But yeah, that's a cool sport you might not have heard of. If you have heard of it, let us know. And like I said, it's up to you. Well, it's not up to you, but if you think it is a sport, let us know. If you don't think it's a sport, it's definitely stupid. I'll say that.
I concur.
It's definitely stupid. Like
I definitely concur on that. Because that don't make no sense.
as we go to our random sports fact, and I think I got a doozy if I can find it. Where is it? Okay. Random sports fact. In 1962, former MLB catcher Harry Cheedy was traded from the Cleveland Indians to the New York Mets for a player to be named later. After a poor performance, Cheedy became that player to be named later, making him the first player to be traded for himself.
Oh, did they reverse the trade?
No, they reversed it. So they made the trade.
Yeah.
And it was like a player to be named later. So I guess the Mets had the opportunity to choose who the player they could add to the trade later. So
Yeah.
he came to the team. He bombed. So they was like, yeah. So this guy.
Just tell him back.
So he got traded for himself.
I never heard of that for real.
He got traded for himself.
I didn't even thought that was a thing.
So like I said,
But how do you agree upon something, and it ain't final, What year you say?
It's 1962.
Ah.
So you know that ain't gonna happen no more. So they have to be like, okay, a prospect from this range to this range, because once that happened, they was like, all right, we can't ever let this happen again. Because MLB is like, we'll trade and we're like, they're always saying the player to be named later. But
I didn't know they just do that. They just do that.
very rarely.
But you've heard it before in modern sport. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Like just in modern sports, you do have like players who are traded and like cash is like involved.
Cash, yeah.
So players to be named later, especially when you're in a league that's heavily that has a lot of prospects. So how MLB does have a farm system and how you do have prospects in it, you do occasionally see the player to be named later.
Oh.
So
because I was assuming like that other team who's accepting that deal, obviously, also it has to be from a specific list, or is that not common?
I guess it depends on how they set the trade
parameters.
Yep. So doesn't have to be like straightforward. It's not gonna be like, hey, you could be trying to get rid of a player for like a young prospect, someone who could be helping you.
Yeah.
You could be fed up with the player. So I know that GM was sick. So that GM was like, man, I trade for you. You ain't doing nothing. Okay, so you like how you cut yourself, you get traded for yourself. The funny thing would be is if he actually if he kept his number, if he kept his jersey number or not.
Oh, you mean from both teams?
Yeah, because like I'd be too ashamed. You know what it is to get traded than to
That's
get traded
more
for
jersey
yourself.
sales, bro.
No way to get traded for yourself. Obviously, you got traded and you was very poor. You think you get any jersey?
Yeah, that's true. That perspective of that, then yeah, no, I agree. But
do we think? All right, so we still on the random sports fact. We haven't transitioned yet, right? But do we think we'll see something like that in today's age? Like, do we think that we can see a player actually trade for
Honestly,
for himself?
I mean, you said it's common. I just didn't think that was
rare. It's rare for the
no.
player to be named
Yeah,
later.
when I say common, sorry, so that's a wrong word to say. But you've heard it before. It's happened. I would say
Yeah,
what?
player, you always have a player to be named later.
So you'd say once every 5 years.
No, I wouldn't put a number on it. But
Okay.
like on occasionally in some MLB deals, you will be like, they don't list all the the what's being got in the trade.
Yeah, I mean, if it's even though it's rare, if it's something that happens, I don't know if I could accept. Even though that's the farm system, I'm assuming each layer of division has different general managers. So
No, it's one. It's yes and no. So like I think it's tiers to it. So you have like one overall general manager. So it's not like let's say you run in the majors and I run in like one of the lower divisions. And you tell me you trading one of my prospects and I tell you no. It ain't something like that.
He don't have like say, but he have say.
I'm not sure if it's actual general managers throughout the whole thing. To my knowledge, or to my understanding, I believe it is just one general manager for the organization.
Okay.
Because you do have like president of like baseball operations, and that person divvies out tasks and roles and a bunch of different things down to people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I can't accept that 10th player to be named later. I'm sorry. Regardless of whatever division it is, I need to know what I get. That's my opinion. But I do understand the fed up scenario of you being fed up of a certain player who's not meeting a certain standard. You just want him out. So that's the part where I slightly like from a GM's perspective, obviously not the player's perspective, because like it's certain guys who you just want out for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how Ronaldo recently, like I don't know how that even happened in soccer, but he just is not on Man U anymore, and he's searching for contracts now. So that's like a scenario which I guess that could happen. You know what I mean? Even though that's a way different scenario because he's a legend and everything, but yeah. I wouldn't do it, but I mean, I understand why certain individuals would go after that. So I don't know if that will happen in other sports or work in other sports because it's there's no other farm. Hockey, I guess, have a farm system slightly or no? I think a little bit, but not really because like I don't think the rights is go over because they still have the draft. They used to be drafting 16-year-olds,
drafting out of college and whatnot. So like.
Yeah, so I know. I have to ask one of my boys about that. I ain't really sure about that scenario. Because even in Tingham, like I mean, they have rights too. The teams have certain rights to different teams in the G League, etc.
Yeah, but not every team has a G League.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like so that means like your pool. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Because I know multiple teams have different affiliates for
Yeah,
I
so-
forgot but a couple teams have like 3 teams to one G League affiliate.
Yeah, because how the G League system runs is some teams.
The G League still do?
No,
The
it's G League.
So it switched to G League.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some teams have a G League affiliate and some others don't. So you would have, let's say, the South Bay Lakers or the Maine Celtics or the Westchester Knicks and some others, But then you would have like these obscure other teams that don't have no affiliates, so that's why they would have some teams have 2-way.
I thought every team had an affiliate, so that's not true.
No. It ain't 30 G League teams.
Yeah. So it's like, some teams they'll see it's a G League team and just be like, oh, well, we want to sign this person or this person, or because you don't never hear most teams say, oh, we calling up like how the Warriors can send Wiseman to down. And
you always hear calling down though. That's only when the team have an affiliate.
Yeah, because you don't hear every team send you don't necessarily hear
when Kai went down,
he went to the Swarm.
Yeah.
So, but then you don't hear like a team like the Heat sending people down.
No.
So, does the Spurs have a affiliate? G League?
I thought they did.
And I think that's one of the teams where I think Dallas, them, and I forget one other team have the same affiliate team or something like
The
that.
thing with that is, it wouldn't be any protection. So
No,
it
no.
wouldn't. So if let's say I send a player down, right, and you're the Rockets, you're the Spurs, and I'm Dallas, and we share a G League team. What's to say? Hey, I
I
send
don't
him
know.
down, and
That's
you
the thing.
call him back up. So I don't. I don't know how the G League works, and that's why a lot of times, like Justin said, you hear these 2-way contracts.
Yeah,
and
some
these
people are
10-day
two.
contracts.
Yeah, or like a 10. Yeah, some people get a 10-day, and then they'll go back to their G League team because what they did with the G League team, and a lot of people with on the baseball circuit. Okay, they'll know. Okay, we only can get this amount of talent, but we want to have some professional product in our little small town.
Yeah.
to where we could sell TV rights and merch and all these different things. We would just go get a team. Now we can't get one of those major sports teams, but if we could get a smaller team just to galvanize around, let's say the city at 20, 30,000, then we'll do that. And then obviously have that affiliation to where, okay, you come in our system, we sort of train you and then send you up.
Yeah.
Because you do have a lot of you have professional players, but you do have a lot of semi-professional players in these sports. People who just barely miss the league and whatnot. So you do have like a reasonable pool to pull from with like talent wise and whatnot. So like I see the benefits of it. I see how it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no, I agree. I just saying that, like I said, I just saying I wouldn't do it, but
Yeah, that's almost like that's a reason why the NFL and probably the NBA don't have a super super big farm system is because probably the NCAA is such a big thing. Like college football and college basketball is such a big thing. So technically, they the farm system.
yeah.
And
in
then,
a sense, because you
But
still got
like I
practice
say,
squad.
they just turned pro. Well, semi-pro if you want to say that.
yeah, but
So-
that was always like there. Okay, NFL they have a direct link
Line.
to the CFB because you have to play 3 years in college before you could sign up for the NFL
Yeah.
draft.
And also remember too the draft. Look at the draft size. MLB drafts are like 16 rounds long or however long.
Yeah.
And NBA only has like 2 rounds.
2 rounds, yeah.
Football has
Like
7.
7, 8, yeah.
7 rounds and like 200. So you have like 200 people who are going into these team systems, like and going into the professional, as opposed to the whole only 60
Yeah,
going
I
to
mean,
NBA.
it's
So
interesting. It's just how it's set up because at the end of the day, I think about it just now too. What's the active roster for MLB?
the active roster for MLB is somewhere in the 20s.
Like 20 something, right?
Yeah, but
So-
you have a 40-man roster. You can activate a 40-man roster, and that goes like closer to like playoff time. So you have an active pool of like 40 people you could choose from, and like those people are across the different affiliate, like across the different classes of baseball.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, NFL might as well do some type of farm thing, bro. Because I
NFL
think
does.
No, that's college
That's-
football, bro.
No, but
that's
what
I think that's the practice squad because
Yeah,
do
that
have-
too. Yeah.
you do have practice squad, and people can get signed.
no, but I'm
from other
saying like
practice
what
squad.
he just said and what he just mentioned is that at least they galvanizing around this local legend guy who's actually just
Yeah, they do that. They call off people. Not everyone who in the practice squad was a person. Who
no,
was in the
I know.
draft.
I'm just saying that. Okay, I'm just using
Like he's
I
saying,
don't
like
know.
how smaller cities have
like
their
a
own
small
football.
city who have
Yeah.
this like if you look at it, like obviously the roster
like a
sizes are
league.
bigger than NFL. I mean than MLB when you
like a
compare.
league.
So what I'm saying is if MLB could do that and have a huge farm system to where, in my opinion, I feel like those games they may not be as well attended, but at the end of the day, it's still good for the game.
They kind
And
of are because
I agree. I
Yeah,
can't
small
say.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree
But-
with you. I just can't say because I ain't never really been. I can only assume. I agree that it may be well attended for real.
But don't forget, you do have like semi-pro leagues for football in in certain sports.
That's true.
And you have to look at how much people play. Like, the regular NFL roster is 53.
Yeah.
Right? Regular NBA roster is 15. So you could find 15 people to play in a in a G League or in
Yeah.
a small thing, would you trying to find 53 people to play?
Yeah, but I don't think those football leagues affiliated with the NFL though.
No,
So
they're not.
yeah.
And that's kind of what brought up the rise of the
XFL and
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
I
XFL.
didn't. I watched a couple of games of XFL, but I don't even know what happened to that. I think because of COVID, they never really got.
It's a lot of times it's funny because
Money
with,
too.
with football, it's such a integrated, like American sport. It's like too much money in behind it. And if they don't establish their farm system, I think that's why the NBA went to the G League route because a lot of dudes was just going overseas.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like okay,
Because
I can
it's higher pay, most times or whatever. And
not every time, but
no, not every time. Depending on who you are,
It's more,
obviously.
it's more exposure for sure.
It's more exposure, yes. And well, now I feel like the G League catching some type of steam because certain guys going because of the fact of a couple guys who was in the first round this last year, Rob. Like I think the one guy he was in the top 5 or top 10. I don't remember exactly. I think it
a
was
lot of
either
people
two-
forego college and just be like, wait, let me go.
Yeah,
to GB.
because at the end of the day, bro, and college just catching up. Like we spoke about this before in the past, but it's like they just catching up with paying guys and allowing people to be a business outside of what they doing. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's about eyes coming to the sport. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I just that's why I say I just bring that up to say with the NFL side, what we was talking about is that it would make sense. But your point is valid in terms of trying to find 53 guys who could keep this league afloat as well. So that's a little rough
And
on each team, sir, as
yeah.
well.
And then the sponsorship too.
Yeah, so it's like these
Basketball is a
things
global
ain't just
Because you got to think about it like this, right? College football is so big. College football
is
And then
huge.
is huge.
Yeah.
huge.
And that's supplements the whole small city town.
Yeah.
We supporting that. That's what college football. So like let's
That's
say
why it's fun.
let's say for Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Alabama ain't got no professional sports team, but Roll Tide is everything to them.
Yeah.
They gonna spend on merch,
Yeah, that's real
this,
talk.
that, and that.
Because,
So
bro, if Alabama playing and little Alabama Raves playing, which game you going to?
you gonna Roll Tide, bro?
You going to Alabama?
Like,
So it's like, but my thing is too, I agree with that, but it's still a stepping stone in the right direction. Because at the end of the day, like I say, if you're in Wisconsin and you at the small city, obviously you would rather. What's the Wisconsin MLB team? I forget. Rockies. Oh, that's Milwaukee. Yeah, it's Milwaukee. It's Rockies, right?
no Brewers,
Brewers. Okay.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay, if you're going to Brewers, you would rather go to the Brewers team, obviously, than the little small town. But I feel like some people still would go to the smaller town.
yeah, because okay, like for instance, right
Proximity.
in Buffalo,
But that probably wasn't always the case. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It
Yeah.
wasn't always the case. But now, as over time, you got it to be the case. But
so like for instance, right, like in Buffalo, okay, Buffalo got the Bills, right, but they have a minor league baseball team too, which does great because okay, we can't get the Yankees or the Mets up all the way up here in Buffalo because which is upstate New York, but we have
Yeah,
our little
yeah.
team. So okay, we can't travel, but we gonna go to our minor league team thing. Now, if Buffalo had a big college football program, the University of
yeah,
Buffalo,
which they don't.
or whatever. But if it was there, you think a minor league football team would have changed them because they like, bro, we already got the Bills.
Yeah.
Okay, if we want a minor league, we rather it be college because we already have a high college.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I say, bro, at the end of the day, I feel like, college could be there. I just feel like these other things should just try to make a dent. And at the end of the day, if it's more prospects, if it's more people trying to get opportunities, that's better, in my opinion. So I agree it's hard to climb that molehill at the beginning, for sure. And it ain't my money, too. So that's another thing.
You
But
gotta remember that's a risk too, because
it is a risk. It's highly risky, for sure.
These guys, that's not their main job. They're trying to make it their main job. They're trying to be professional players. So
Yeah.
in order to fund that, you still need a 9 to 5. So you're trying to put that money. You trying not
It
not
depends,
necessarily
bro,
9 to
'cause
5,
I'll
but you
use
still
the-
need that money. You still need to get some. You still need to have some kind of income to.
I'll use my anecdotal experience of Halifax, bro. Like, Halifax is a little small,
You trying to be a professional player?
No, I'm just trying to show you the example. That has the Atlantic region of Canada. They have regions for basketball, right? Which is outside of what's going on with the NBA and G League. They have an Atlantic region, which is where I was. They have a Central region and I think a Western region or whatever. These guys was on this team.
This all professional? Or
Well, I guess it's called considered semi-pro.
Okay.
Right? So you go to the games. You know, I used to go to a couple of games. There was talented guys who go in the States or whatever, schools or universities or whatever. Some guys who come from other universities in Canada. And their salaries was around like 60K, 70K. Right?
Oh.
What I'm saying is that little guy who you think is a small town, then, you know, Halifax is a small town, bro. That whole area is small, but at certain levels, you're still able to pay your athletes $70,000. When you look at it, me getting paid $70,000, and I have to work, let's say, 9 months out of the year, I could take that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may not get the Italy or the European exposure, but that's, like I said, that's just a little small little area to where $60,000 for you still makes sense to go play ball.
I mean,
that's
but
a manager, bro.
That's still
No, but-
funding though.
No,
That's
but
still
then
funding
even
sponsorship.
with that thing, right? Why a lot of dudes don't is be leaving these into like when they play overseas is it's more so it ain't really the pay, you know. It's be the conditions and
Yeah,
the
that
environment
too.
that they don't like, and that's why they just turn down things.
That's true, too.
So you know, like because you have a couple of Maine players that play in Mexico League and Puerto Rico got their own professional.
Yeah,
league.
yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of the bigger population have their own professional stuff. Soccer too.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Obviously, we consider the European leagues the top of the top, but you know, a lot of in not middle America, but Latin America, you are yeah, like but you have a lot of other leagues around the world
Yeah.
to where like you can make money, but again, people don't like the lifestyle and the accommodations in the region, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it ain't fancy. So it's like, all right, yeah, I can make 60K, but I live in this little small town and I away from my family. I don't speak the language.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, like you say. But at the end of the day, that's still a little bag to go do something you love. You know what I mean? Not to say that the professional sports are taken from it, which they could look into it, but they just do their little looking and searching. Because I remember when Mike James used to be in the NBA too. And then I think he plays in Australia now because I watched like one.
Oh, he still playing?
Yeah, bro. I think he in Australia now. I watched the finals of the Australian League. I think it's
Because Mike James, he been playing ball for over 20 years. Like Mike James been in the league from like the early 2000s.
Boy, that boy is still balling, bro.
Yeah, but it's the dude that, like you see Dwight Howard going to Taiwan and
playing
like he's a god, and it's like everybody like, hey, that's how good NBA.
How you
players
feel with that kid? How you feel with Dwight Howard? We never thought about that.
My thing is right. I'm glad.
He did look a little good.
No, I'm glad, but I think, like someone said, NBA coaches are holding.
When he told the story, I didn't watch the whole interview, but
he said
it had to been the case, bro.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense to me.
Because it's like, the league is evolving. Like we can see it evolving from our couch. So apparently, these guys live, eat, sleep basketball day in, day out. So they can see it evolving from the field, from the court itself. So I mean, it's that they know what they need to do to evolve. So why aren't they evolving? So like I could believe it. Like some coaches could be stuck in their old ways. Okay, hey, you 6'10", all right.
But the thing about it is Dwight Howard only 6'9", you know.
I know, but his jumps, I'd put him in 6'9".
Bro, my thing is, and that's why I believe it too, because on little QC team, I go and shoot 1 3 in practice, and I had to take push-ups right after I missed, bro.
Yeah, because
so that's what I'm saying. I don't even have size, but I'm in for the Bahamas, you know what I mean? It is. I only 6'1", 6 foot. But that's what I'm saying. Just that example alone, I definitely believe Dwight Howard, bro.
No,
and
because I was telling
stay in the paint.
Not just stay in the paint. They was telling him he can't take jumpers for so long. Because Tracy McGrady always used to tell him, like, bro, I see you working on this stuff. Why you don't do this in the game? And like he be like, like this and that. But he alluded to Shannon like, hey, like I could do a lot more, but because of how I was being coached, they just do
Just do this. Keep them in the
Right?
box. These coaches from keeping
I
in the
definitely
box.
believe that, bro.
Because look at the Magic team that went to the finals. It was just all right. We can put Dwight in the paint. We can surround him with
shooters. I mean, it worked.
yeah.
It
They
did
get the
work.
nail.
Yeah.
But
It
like
didn't-
imagine if instead of them having 4 out, they had 5 out. And now you opening more.
But then
lanes.
that depends on if he had what he have now in his game. Then
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I still don't think
if
he
he
was
was-
as
if- even
consistent
if
of
he-
a shooter. I
even
saw
if he
some of
was
them shots
working
he
on it.
did, but
no, but even if he was working on it
yeah,
from that time,
yeah.
because like, bro, he had Tracy McGrady. You could learn a thing or two, 4 or 7.
yeah, but I think it's a mind thing because it's like okay, like because people I was talking to someone right, I was saying like yo, I never thought he could score like this, and it's like well he played against trash, but I'm like no, I ain't talking about how much he's scoring. I talking about how he's scoring.
Yeah.
like taking elbow jumpers, mid post fadeaways. I'm like I know he had that in his game.
Exactly.
'Cause, like,
I
or
agree.
whatever,
We
like,
we started to see a little bit of his we started to see a little bit when he was with the Lakers. His first stint with the Lakers when he was there with Kobe.
Yeah.
And then the whole power dynamic when the paint was clogged
sort
and
of
whatnot.
clogged up.
So like he was out and he took a few jumpers. I mean, every jumper.
Yeah, you saw that because he had the little Tim Duncan bank shot. a little
Exactly,
bit.
like-
Yeah.
Everything wasn't going in, but it's like, hey, something's there that could be used.
That's
to
why
develop.
him and Kobe fell out because he felt like he wasn't getting enough touches.
And then you gotta look with these being in Orlando. Hey, Shaq went number 1, right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Shaq went number 1. All right,
Dwight
you
was number 1.
You won number 1. All right, you didn't ask Shaq. Well, not yet Shaq, but we want you to be the next.
Yeah,
I mean-
but that's self-proclaimed a little bit
No,
too,
but-
though.
Yeah,
You gotta
'cause he
give him
was
some
saying
ownership.
He was Superman.
Yeah,
and
bro.
he
You gotta
playing
give him some
like
ownership. That's self-proclaimed a little bit.
How you know?
But hey, I mean, from this, I can only go from whatever the stories. I mean, someone may throw Superman on him, but I think he was a dual participant in the Superman
Yeah, he was.
pushing. That's just my opinion. I
No,
could be
but
wrong,
what
but
Shaq was saying, okay, like I remember when Dwight Howard was playing the rookie game. Shaq was saying,
he was pushing that from then.
yeah, Shaq was saying, oh, I came to watch Dwight Howard because, you know, he looked like the next dominant big man. And that's how Dwight played. Like, he gets super big and he was jumping up the gym rope. So, like,
Yeah.
like, so he just.
I like Dwight, bro. I think Dwight nice.
In the
Dwight
sport-
is a Hall of Fame to me. But
in the sports world, everyone's always looking for a similar player, right? So you have like even like when Brady left the Patriots, right? And Mac Jones was there, and everyone was like in love with Mac Jones. For that first year, it's like, oh, he got us back to the playoffs. You know, it wasn't publicly announced, but people was like, man, maybe we have the next. Maybe we have a similar talk coming up. You know. People
yeah, no,
saying
that's what
that.
me to do.
You
Yeah.
know, people were saying that. People were saying that about Jimmy Garoppolo when he was with the Patriots. Like everyone,
Gotta respect Jimmy
they
G,
always-
boy.
they
Jimmy
always
G winning
comparing
now,
They
boy.
always comparing players.
Yeah, but even but with Jimmy G, the Jimmy G example. Well, obviously he was heralded as Tom's replacement, and then they shipped him out to San Francisco.
yeah. Because
Or
Tom
whatever.
was like, yeah, get this guy out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's understandable. And Jimmy G is more of a game manager. He's in, you know, like this that little QB that.
Well, that's what Tom. That's what.
That's what Tom was the first couple years until he came into his own. But
I know what you're talking about. I thought Tom was balling after the first ring. Tom was balling, bro.
Notice you saying after the first ring, we're agreeing.
we
with
be
you,
saying
but
we
you're
saying he was
Y'all-
a game
I
manager.
thought y'all was meaning the first 3.
no.
Okay.
No.
I thought y'all was meaning the
Well,
first 3.
Second ring was when 2004.
Yeah.
I forget.
They played the not the Philly was the third ring, right? Because they played Jacksonville or
No, for the second.
no Philly.
No,
I feel
but
Philly
he
was
in
the
that
third,
early.
bro.
He was in the third succession.
Yeah.
Oh no, I lied. He was in the first succession.
no, but Philly was the
He
third.
was the
ring.
last. I think it was the last for real.
Yeah.
It was Panthers, Rams, and then us.
No, it was Rams, then Panthers.
Yeah.
It was Rams and Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was Rams, Panthers, then us.
yeah.
I
So
think.
okay.
Yeah.
So Panther time, like he was still somewhat of a game manager, bro. It wasn't until then Randy
I
Moss
think
years
so,
to where
man.
he started really balling out,
So
bro.
like every time we talk about this, right? I always have like game manager, right? But then I have like an upper echelon of game managers, right? So I have people who aren't gonna lose you the game, but people who also have the ability to win you the game, and that's not everyone fit in that role. That's Tom fit in that role, Peyton fit in that role. None of the other QBs.
Peyton is a game manager to you, who go win you the game.
Yes, if
Wow.
No, I mean
If
I
it's-
wouldn't say that. He just
if-
choked a lot when the big moments was on the line.
But if you
Right.
down, if you 2 minutes in the fourth, you down, right? I mean, obviously, if you have anyone to choose from, I choose from Tom. But if you didn't have Tom to choose, who would you choose?
Probably not Drew Bledsoe.
Breeze?
Hell
Drew
no.
Brees.
Peyton
more than
for
Peyton.
sure. No, I disagree completely.
No, but I'm saying early Peyton was known as a
No, but
choker,
I don't
bro.
understand I don't
Early
understand this
Peyton was
man
just
saying
chucking
he's a
it.
game man. The only Peyton that's a game manager is the Broncos.
Yeah,
Peyton.
exactly. And then the
So I
last
don't know
couple
what this
years,
man talking about.
Broncos.
The game, but Colts Peyton Manning was going up to the
No,
up.
Cole's Bean man is how I think not Aaron Rodgers was been balling out the last like 5-6 years.
But like Colts Peyton Manning was going up to the thing, audible in 28 times in 40 seconds. Unless Madden got me spoiled, but
But Peyton was balling, bro.
Peyton
Peyton
wasn't-
had 3 wide receivers with 1,000 yards, you know.
Peyton wasn't gonna lose you the game.
Bro, Peyton had 3 wide receivers with 1,000 yards, bro.
I'm not disputing that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not disputing that, but Peyton isn't gonna lose you the game. Yes
I
or no?
Yeah, but
get
you
that,
wouldn't
but
call him a game manager.
that's what I'm trying to
He's not
say.
a game
Like,
manager.
that's my thing. The game, I agree with you with not losing the game. The game manager is where you lost me. With Peyton, I could give you Tom first, yeah. But Tom second, all 3 of them was Tom. In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You make a given contest, and I still disagree with that. The Rams, maybe if the Rams was number 1, I give you that. I have to watch that Eagles game back because I don't remember that game like that. To be honest with you, so I can't really say. But in my opinion, he still was balling with Deion Branch. Them, in my opinion, Tom was balling.
Wait,
so,
one thing about Tom can make receivers.
Yeah.
but that's what I
Tom
saying.
can make
No, but I
receivers.
think the whole moniker of him being a game manager to a baller happened during a Randy Moss.
If
era.
Tom is a game manager in any sense of the word, I don't know who isn't.
No, but we're
That's my thing.
not saying he's
We're
a
not,
game
we're
manager throughout his whole career. We're saying at certain points.
Yes,
Maybe in the
I could
beginning.
agree with that. I could agree with that.
Now, like when he got Randy Moss and they was almost
Oh, yeah.
unbeatable.
No,
like,
but that's what I saying. You
Moss
using,
is like that.
but this what I saying. You saying Randy Moss as a pivotal point. That's 09.
No, that's from
That's
06.
When he get Randy, that's 09, bro.
No, but I'm saying, okay, after the third ring, right?
So all 3 of the first rings is game manager.
No, that's transitioning. But I'm saying after the first 3 rings, that's when he started controlling and dominating
Okay.
games.
Well,
And he started winning MVPs and started putting up Peyton Manning numbers. Because that was the whole, they was like, oh, well,
yeah,
you
regular
only
season
winning-
Peyton.
You only
I
winning-
rather regular season Peyton than playoff Tom. So yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was the whole, well, you only winning these rings because you got a good team and a good coach.
07.
And then it was like, oh, okay.
So when he get Randy,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like he made a transition like no way I can ball too, bro. I ain't gotta control the game. It ain't because the talent, it's because of me.
Like
you
we
know.
said, I think that was last week or week before. No, last week, last episode or episode before. Like certain teams have that culture, and it'd be like, okay, well, we want to fit you in this mold. Seeing like we was talking about with Dwight, they've tried to fit those players in that mold and whatnot. So Bill would be like, yeah, you don't gotta be all flashy and whatnot. We got the game under control. Yeah, you could do what you gotta do, but you think Bill saying, yeah, Tom, throw more touchdowns? Bill ain't saying that.
It's almost like the Spurs argument to
Oh, yeah.
where it's like, okay, what is the difference between a system player or
a
a
superstar.
superstar player? Because you could say, okay, well, Tim Duncan, people may argue, okay, well, Tim Duncan benefited from system, but you put Tim Duncan on any team prior to Duncan,
he
he's still
doesn't.
balling now, bro. Or,
Yeah.
but if you put Manu or Tony on any team, they ain't the same players.
Boy, I don't know. I think Manu more than Tony.
Yes. Tony, I don't think. I think
Yeah, I think
Tony's
Manu
a
more than
system.
Tony, for sure. In my opinion.
So, so it's always, okay, that system versus.
Because don't forget, two of them have that FIBA success. They
Yeah, well, yeah, more so Manu. Like Tony was balling out too, but they'd be like, okay, would Tony Parker be rated as a high like top tier?
I still
point
think
guard?
though Tony
No.
Parker's not rated,
No.
bro. Tony Parker
He ain't
ain't
rated
rated.
now because it's like, okay, people say, okay, you benefited from the system,
Yeah, and that's all they can say.
and that's the same thing they can
And France
say.
never
Well,
had no squad.
the thing is what made it worse is he went to Charlotte.
and wasn't doing
Trash.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, he
That
was late in his career, so it's
yeah.
like it's hard to really say. It's hard to really
So,
say.
but that's the same thing they're gonna say about like Draymond. To be like, okay, if we put you on a
yeah,
different
that's
team,
what they can say.
And that's the continue.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the continue. That's the argument that's gonna be until it actually happens.
yeah,
And it ain't gonna happen.
yeah, it ain't got. Well, it can happen probably after this year when we saying it looking like they can sign him back.
Well, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will be. But like I say, this and in the end, I don't say the end of his career, but he's knocking on the doors
Yeah, so
soon. I don't know how soon, but
he probably got like 4 more years.
I mean, possibly.
It's because
You ain't gonna need that energy guy who just running around rebounding for too long, who assisting a little bit.
no.
I mean, his athleticism declining, and
He can barely dunk, bro.
He could be a Haslam.
He's a rim grazer, bro.
Why is Haslam
And he
so
ain't got no
big?
jumper. Haslam
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least have a jumper.
Why is
Yeah.
Haslam still playing B?
trying to
But
collect checks.
I mean,
He was
both.
in the game like
Guarding
this
Tatum.
week.
Guarding
Yeah.
Tatum.
It's like why
Tatum
I
was
see
like-
someone on memes say why is this artifact guarding Tatum? I say, bro, how's him come back and say your mama? I say, wait, dog, what's going on? But I mean, I know.
No, but that argument is gonna be again. The argument is for a lot of players, Hall of Fame players, to where they be like, or like same like a player like Scottie Pippen, they'd be like, oh well, if Scottie was in a different team,
Scotty's balling on the Blazers though.
he was. But that was later in his career. Like, okay,
Yeah, and he still was balling.
do you benefit from the system or how like a coach? You know,
That's the what if questions. The what if questions that put bread on people's table.
yeah.
So
Because okay, like something I always used to say was, what if Buddy was on like the heel or Spurs from like the start? Would he have more claim on his name and more playoff wins experience if he had a more stable being part of more stable organizations?
Yeah,
With that skill set.
But it's about the cards that you draw, bro. Because Buddy, what 28 now, 29 now.
Yeah, 28, 29.
Yeah, so it's like, bro.
Like his
At this
career
point-
would have benefit. Like I mean, I think he still have a lot of time in his career for his skill set. But if he
I
was
think
on
Buddy
better
nice,
teams,
bro. It's just the fact that it's just one of those people who play, in my opinion, well. His defense is not the best.
nope. That's why he's saying if he was on one
on
of
a
them
systematic
teams,
team,
if he's on, I think he would. I think he would have.
he would
more.
flourish and he would be more better. Like if when Buddy got drafted 2016,
Yeah.
like if he was on the Heat or the Spurs and it was like he was playing the role of like
Yeah, so he probably almost 30 because he was
on-
24 when he got drafted.
on what's your boy name, Duncan Robinson. Like he was
Yeah.
playing a Duncan Robinson role.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
maybe-
people rate Duncan Robinson more than Buddy for real.
Yeah, so it's
Just
like
because of the teams.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like team system. You play the 6 man or whatever. Like okay, you playing in meaningless games or whatever. So
because that's how it's gonna
The
be.
bases got a playoff spot now.
yeah. So
So we gotta see. I want them to make the playoffs. I want to see what's good.
Ja was like a Fultz.
It's rough, bro, because
Yeah.
you could say the same thing about Damian Lillard.
Exactly.
So it's rough.
So,
I think it's
like
the
I
play.
said,
It's
either-
the play. It's the person.
yeah, it's the
In
person.
my
It
opinion.
could also be the system, though.
No, but they in the similar
I
system. They had
know,
these
boy.
mid-level schools
I
and
know,
they
boy,
balling
'cause,
out. Bro.
boy, Damian Lillard was balling,
Yeah,
and I thought certain other people would have been balling too, but they wasn't balling like RJ Hunter is a good example. But y'all don't even know what this boy.
Yeah,
RJ Hunter was balling and he was balling on Georgia State. He was in
Yeah,
the Sun Belt.
I
I used to
watch
watch
him.
the Sun Belt
Yeah,
Conference.
yeah.
That's why I know this guy.
no.
RJ Hunter was balling
He
for
was
Georgia
balling.
State that year. When they
When they
going
gone to the thing and his
he
daddy
was
break his
balling
leg.
them,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
did
yeah.
0 in the league. So it's like
Sound like James Young.
that's
Yeah,
another
James,
boy that
that's
was
the
on
next one.
Kentucky. He was on
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Actually,
balling
both
on
of them
Kentucky.
got drafted by the Celtics.
So that's what they saying.
Yeah.
It's like It's like it is depend, bro. I don't know. I just don't.
But for James Young and RJ Hunter, their curse was because the Celtics drafted Brown, bro. Like
Yeah.
they draft like Brown got drafted like 2 years or a year after them, and then they was like, "Baby,
Cause they ain't do it." And I thought Jalen. I didn't thought Jalen Brown would be this good.
Me either,
to be honest.
because I wanted Buddy to go 3.
I honestly didn't think Jalen Brown was gonna be this good. But that man, he nice. He got way better because he was not this.
Like he was like a
You said
defense.
it could be about the team, not the team, the player. Sorry.
Yeah,
but it's system too, bro.
I tend to use the player and his motor more than the system. That's just my.
No, but I
opinion.
think certain things the system because Jalen Brown came. You had to defer to Avery Bradley and Isaiah Thomas on offense.
Yeah.
And you was like the 3-and-D guy, bro. So you had to play your role until you start mixing up and balling, but
that's what he's
Tatum
saying.
come.
If the system is the system, but if you don't work on your own skills and have it ready to go,
Yeah, that's true.
like you causing it on yourself at that point. That's why I say it's always on the person. Because if the skills ready to go, and you showing,
Yeah, but it is a character because when the Celtics got Kyrie and what's your boy? That would Haywood. Tatum was telling Stephen A. like, bro, we going into the chip. So he had that mentality from then, like, I bolstering myself up to where we got enough talent to the chip. Now it ain't work out at that point, but
A few years
later, they close and they look like, they want to knock on that door again.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen in the East because I really don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen.
Finals,
I really don't like Milwaukee, to be honest, but they good. So it's like you could not like them as much as you want, but they still could be there. So I know. I can see because he still is. He is the same team. So it's like they still ain't as good as these other teams, bro.
They're lower. The Heat is like 7th.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like y'all staying the same, but y'all ain't there even with the same team. So it's like y'all gonna lose, bro.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to play. They'll probably play Boston Boston.
They can't beat Boston in no series. They can't beat
Milwaukee.
Bucks in no series, and they can't beat
Philly. Well, they beat Philly last year.
barely, bro.
Nah.
And Embiid was injured, I think, too, that series, right?
I can't remember.
Alien.
Like I think half and half.
And James was injured too. I think James had a quad.
Yeah.
So it's
half
like
and half.
James still got the same. James still injured.
I know. But anyway, we can see, dog, we literally ain't even talk about the topic,
No, but this is the topic. This is why we here. We trying to give you sports and sports
We ain't
entertainment.
talk about the topic at all, bro.
This
What was
could
the
be the
topic?
topic. No,
Exactly.
We can save that topic. This is the new topic.
Exactly.
This is the new topic. Systematic players.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the new topic. That's why we bouncing.
No,
Yeah.
but I think it ain't no problem being a systematic player, bro. Because it's like you could thrive, you make money, you win rings, or whatever. No, not everybody could be a generational
ain't
talent,
out there,
bro.
though.
It's in your best interest to build your skills. That's my thing. Because at the end of the day, like we just said, Tony Parker gone somewhere else. And granted, he still had the skills, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just like you say, it's
It
both.
wouldn't look the same, bro. Okay, so like,
Yeah.
okay, for instance, right, I did Kyle Anderson's wedding here like in August, and I was like, why the hell he going? Why you going to Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Like you look good in Memphis. Like it was like okay, like he was like the 6'7" man off the bench or whatever, but he probably gone for more money or whatever. But I don't think he plays similar roles with because Kyle Anderson like 6'9" and they already running big lineups in Minnesota already. So it's like all right, they ain't gonna run you cat. I ain't gonna wear it on the same time.
Unless you hit the three, and then they can put add with the
No, but
two.
he probably played a 3, but it's like, bro, even that's too big in today's game. So where you have
Well, it depends
It
because I
might-
think he could ball handle a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
See,
That's the difference.
I always thought of him as a point forward.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like they'll probably stick him in the 4 and push Cat to the 5 or however the situation may be. So it's like in that system they ain't figuring out because it's like okay, is Cat gonna kill or is Ant-Man gonna kill this one? And I don't think Ant-Man been having like a jaw dropping
I
season.
I don't have one
Not
good
so
game. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
wasn't watching. I had him.
Like you ain't really hearing about him like last year how he was killing.
Yeah.
How he was going toe to toe with Ja in the playoffs. Like you don't really hear him have like a improve upon on that season. He having like a sophomore slump.
You gotta see the numbers, because then again, they may not be jaw dropping, but at the end of the day, if you averaging 22 or something like that, that's still pretty good.
We got the internet. We can
Let's
check
see,
it.
Anthony Edwards.
Because, like, no, Kyle Anderson definitely should have gone somewhere.
Okay,
that-
he averaging 22,
That's what I'm
5,
saying.
and 3.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that's still decent.
No,
I mean,
it's
a
not.
little bit
Not as a
up.
star.
Yeah, but this is his third year.
It's the Timberwolves, bro.
I don't
Well,
know.
he has averages with points a little bit up, but it's still
Also,
You-
it gone up points.
yeah, like it gone up in points, but it down in assists. No, and down in rebounds.
Well,
Assists
that's
the same. Since
it. Well, we know it's gonna go down with rebounds with Rudy going now.
yeah,
So like that's understandable.
but he ain't making statement games.
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
ain't,
That's
like,
the thing, and that's what I'm trying to say. The statement games is just like you said, that's just middle dog. If you don't watch him ball, we could sit here, like, honestly, when I had that job and I was doing the sports thing and I was doing basketball games every night or every other night, a lot of people who's be balling, you just don't hear about just because
the market.
the market, bro.
No,
Like,
but then
real talk.
you can't really say that because okay, Ja and Memphis, but you
I
still-
agree with you,
no,
but
like-
but then again, it's like I forgot it was someone who was balling like all year. Then I was talking about him. Then like at a certain like January, it was like, oh yeah, he been putting in. I was like, bro, this man been balling from November. You see what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
like because no one see it. It come after the fact, so it's like
they gotta, like I said, they gotta do stuff to put bread on. The
I mean,
table.
that's like probably Tyrese right now, like in Indiana, like their team been thriving.
yeah,
And
yeah,
bottom
that too.
league, yeah.
Team success too. Team success
It's a
too.
small-
And he
it's a
leading
small
the
market.
league in assists.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
he
he
is.
averaging like 10, 11 a game.
Wow,
bro.
I didn't know that.
So it's like, you know,
Wow, I didn't know that.
so it's like, okay, yeah, like small market type of things. Obviously, when like you could do something like you be consistent, but if you ain't doing no draw dropping, like highlight,
You ain't
and
gonna
you
have
taking down the big teams, and it's like, wait, okay, we got to start checking for this or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean it's rough because I mean, hey, basketball is a tricky thing, which is like, bro,
That's
some
all sports though.
huh?
I think that's all. Well, that's most sports.
Well,
What were you saying?
no, I was just gonna say that a lot of guys don't ball up, obviously, until if they ain't in contention, they'll continue to ball out. Like how I feel certain teams doing, like Pacers, they came out strong. They trying to keep their spot so they could consistently ball up now. But if they was in the back of the middle 11 or 12, they just would have been going through the motions depending on how they felt.
No, that's all sports. Bro.
Yeah.
That's all sports.
Yeah.
Unless,
because
unless
if
you're
you're
trying to
losing,
get a
you
contract,
losing, you just trying to
get a contract.
improve, like player development, and you know.
Just
Yeah.
Look at the Rams, right? The Rams won Super Bowl, and like,
They what 3-7 or something? What they-
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Stafford
They
about to
doing
be
horrible.
out for the season.
Yeah, what he injured?
As neck, I think.
Yeah, so
Stafford, they about to put him on IR for the rest of the season.
that's a wrap.
You could just see like the players ain't playing.
No,
They just ain't playing. Like they started off, yeah, they tried.
because that boy was doing
they
garbage
was
that
gonna
night.
try and
That was
repeat.
Thursday night.
Who?
The quarterback.
Perkins.
That boy was
Perkins?
doing
Whatever his
garbage.
name is. But yeah, they came out trying trying to go back to it. First couple games ain't gone that way. Now like half the season gone.
Oh yeah,
You
because
can
you
see-
just be like, bro, I ain't getting injured, bro. Like,
That's how it is. Look at
They
it,
make
which
any
I don't blame
business
them
out of it.
because you got to get your back, bro. So that's why I say you
Like-
just running around.
Ramsey, you ain't hear about Ramsey, and the thing is, Ramsey, you hear him because his team's always doing well, but like Ramsey just getting burned every other day. But he ain't covering. He ain't covering.
because you
It
just
make
be
no
like,
sense.
bro, we
I
done
out here
lose.
because I out here because of business obligations. I ain't out here.
No, that's real talk. But I mean, why I could be trying to yell and try to shut down people and be 3-8.
Yeah,
Like that don't make no sense. So
Like, you do it, like I said, you can do it if you in a contract year, or if you trying to get that back, or like you said, you trying to work on player development, trying to add something to your game or fix something on your game that you trying to improve on. But you ain't gonna win 5 games in 1 game, so it's like Don't even. But hopefully the Pacers keep up.
I'd like to see the best in the East, because I don't know where Cavs is now.
Cavs is third or fourth.
Oh, okay.
Because like they
Season long.
It's a
It is.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why it is.
Like, season long.
It's about that time soon. I gotta start. Like I gotta really start watching just out of nostalgia for Steph. Cause Steph getting older. I gotta see D-Book ball up. It is talk. I ain't watching the playoffs, bro. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I haven't watched like a whole game live yet.
I can be honest. I ain't watching I was playoff basketball now. That's one thing.
The Cavs third, the Hawks in fourth, and the Pacers in fifth.
I just watch playoff basketball. That's for sure. Unless it's a big game like Christmas Day, I can watch.
Yeah, Christmas Day, yeah. But
unless it's that,
because basketball players is a long season.
Bro, the Heat ain't even in the playoffs, bro. The Heat is ninth in the East, bro.
See, that's the play-in. Just you got.
They could be straight,
but they would have to play the Raptors, bro. Well, they would have to play the Wizards.
Got no one
and then they would have to play the winner between Sixers.
So who's 5 and ding?
Huh?
Who's 5 and 6?
5 and 6 is the Nets and Pacers.
Oh, so the Nets was losing and they back in now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then,
like I say, season long, anything could happen.
Yeah, no, season long for you, because I remember at a certain point in the West, there was like one game separating number 2 and like number 11 or something like that.
And the thing is that them stuff this be early on, because like opening weekdays be like, oh man, this so and so is the number 1 team in the West. Yeah. You think they could keep it up this opening week, bro?
Yeah, like the Orlando Magic starting off with hot starts and then they fizzle out.
Yeah, but basketball, I think one game is equivalent to 16. No, 16 games is equivalent to one NFL game, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Because like how Utah was like number 1 starting out and then now they number 6.
You just got to have a winning record every 16 games, essentially. Which is, I shouldn't say it's easy to do, but it's easier to do.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
A lot of teams trying to get, Victor, but what is it? Wembanyama?
Yeah, Wembanyama, I think.
Bro, you probably going to the Spurs or something, bro.
I would
love the worst league. Who was the worst record in the league?
Well, the Spurs and the Rockets have 6 wins.
Wait, it gotta be like a 20 now. 6 and what?
Let me see. Yeah. Well, the Magic got 5 wins.
Jeez.
And the Pistons got 6 wins. So actually, they said Vic might go to the Pistons. I saw it.
It all depends on the lottery, bro. How NBA feeling? How Silver feeling, bro? That's how.
But saying Silver control the picks.
I don't think the lottery system is legit, but that's just my opinion.
So Victor, I mean the Pistons.
I don't think
they just
probability.
had a high. Like a lot of the Magic and the Pistons and the Rockets just had high picks the last like 2 years.
They did.
But they was garbage. All of them was garbage, and they could be garbage again.
What was it, Jalen Green with the Rockets?
Yeah, with the Rockets.
See, the thing is, right? Like you say,
if you go to the Spurs, I mean that culture.
I think he should go to Spurs, but like just because of culture. But like I said, but like what we said earlier, farm systems, like you can't. One person ain't gonna change a franchise around.
Yeah,
you have to have pieces in place. So you're gonna be in lottery hell, or you can be in like draft hell for like
the best sense, bro.
Yes,
for real.
Best sense. I mean, I like Cade. I don't.
Cade kind of know.
Yeah, I know how Bay playing now. I don't know. I know he's playing a little gay, but
no. But like again, the teams that are the worst in the league have all young guys, bro. So that's why they don't get better, because it's like ain't no veteran until they become veterans.
That's what I was in there for.
Yeah, until they become veterans, the team don't get better, bro.
I also
because that's true, bro. Because Gilbert Arenas, like you just don't know, but literally, bro, Gilbert Arenas was saying one story where it's like, bro, a lot of people they just be going through the motions. He said the vets, some of the vets, he used to come off the golf course and just come to practice and leave after practice. So it's like it depends on who it is. Some guys, they see that and they say, okay, that's what I can do. He been in the league for 10 years.
But you can't measure your success versus this, because
that's what they do though. I'm just telling you what professionals do.
But a prime example of this is Zach LaVine, Cat, and Wiggins. Like all 3 of them was on the Timberwolves at the same time, but all of them was young and they didn't know how to win. until they got into situations where, oh, I learned how to win now. That's when they become like high performing players. So it's like, bro, like you gotta build culture, and that's why Dwight and a couple of us was like, but you can't have a bunch of young dudes on the team and ain't nobody to teach them. That's why you don't improve, because y'all learning by trial and fire. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, a lot, like that's why Orlando,
they're pressing the reset button.
Yeah, Orlando been in this quagmire rebuilding for the last 10 years.
But no one want to go to Orlando. That's the thing. I'd want to go to Orlando.
See,
but that's the thing. It's like, I think some pieces, but then again, you don't believe in what they trying to do. So that's another thing where you don't want to go.
Believe it because you don't know what they trying to do.
Yeah.
It's like ain't no.
They gotta keep this core, man. This core is the core that could. They gotta.
But believe it or not, the only way Orlando's gonna succeed is they have to break up the core. Look at the Lakers, right? The Lakers were building that young core,
and they broke it up,
to get LeBron. Yeah. So like the only thing,
if they do that, then for a superstar, then that's different.
No, but I'm saying that's how these teams go. These teams are going to build young players, and then in order for them to succeed, they're going to break it up.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Look at
unless you have a player like Ja, where okay, we can have this young core, but this base so generational.
Yeah.
Man, everything clicking.
That's what they saying Pablo's supposed to be.
But look how much teams have broken up their young core for that superstar player.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Thunder did it with the Clippers, trying to send in PG to the Clippers, trying to that whole Kawhi.
Well, they got Shea Gildress.
Yeah, but
the Thunder have a good system and your boy out for the year because he broke his foot, but you know,
like that Magic core is nice. That the Rockets, the Pistons.
No, Shy is nice. Is a nice piece to the thing. It's just again they just got.
That's another man who balling this year. Yeah. That's what I tried. Yeah, he was balling this year.
I think he leading the league in points.
Maybe I don't know.
Or because I know he averaging like 31.
Well, okay. I thought Giannis was.
I ain't sure.
But again, to that it's like, okay, you see him developing. You have these other pieces developing. You need to start bringing in veterans so now they can take the next step.
But that's the problem. You got to bring in the right veteran and veterans.
But when CP3 was there for that, they going into the playoffs.
No, but I'm saying is a few ways to bring.
But veterans, CP3 choose to go there.
No, but I'm saying there's a few ways to bring veterans. You either have to break up your core to bring them to there, or you.
No, but
they
have to
ain't signing out. They ain't signing.
Yeah, exactly. If they ain't signing, you lose. The only other way is if you get a veteran who like way out. But at the end of the day, at that point, most of them making the decision, and if they don't want to come there,
because
they ain't coming.
CP3 ain't choose to go to the Thunder. He got traded to the Thunder.
I know.
So
when he had another choice, he went to the Phoenix.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like CP3 like.
But Phoenix is another situation with a bunch of young dudes.
Yeah, and
you needed an old dude to make things run. And now DeAndre and Buck know how to win. So now you don't even hear about CP3 no more. They just go out and ball.
Yeah.
So it's still you need that older presence to be like, oh yeah, y'all talented, but this how you win.
The Sixers did it too, but the Sixers didn't do it with
properly.
A player per se, but they did it with Doc.
No, I would say they did it with Jimmy, which they should have kept.
Yeah, they should have kept Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, Jimmy did fit well.
Because Jimmy, I don't know. Whoever was in Minnesota didn't want Jimmy. Because I don't know. I went.
Anyway, we spoke about it a lot today.
Do we have a topic? We don't know.
Who knows?
We gotta watch this back.
We have to watch this back, but we do know. You rather the system player, or you rather the talent?
No, that's not the question. Systematic players, do they exist?
Oh well, systematic players, do they exist? That's how you interpret it. I interpret it a different way.
No, because that's how you always interpret it.
If you say so.
Because remember the flashback to the Hard Iron episode. Do you rather the starter or do you rather the Hard Iron?
Yeah.
What was the last time? Do you want to play for your country or do you want to play for your professional team?
Yeah. Messi scored a goal today. Just letting you know.
Yeah,
today, past in the future, whatever you want to say.
But
hopefully Messi, I'm still in it.
Yeah, but If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on any audio platform, hit us with a 5-star rating. We really appreciate you guys sticking through to this through this episode, listening to us, giving our insight on sports entertainment, our cool sport, random sports facts. We appreciate all. Like I said, if you think extreme ironing is a sport, let us know. It's stupid, but let us know.
Yeah, extreme iron is trash.
We'll be back.